Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 29th going to the 4th of June. So we're going to dive straight into it and see what's going on. I'm skipping the oracles. I've tried to use them today and it's just not working out. So we're going to do something different. All about improvising. Okay, I'm hearing teamwork makes the dream work. Definitely either collaborating with other people or there is something that you're doing with others at this time, whether it's a relationship or not, or friendships, that can really help you to get, whether it's advice, whether it is that you're speaking to like professionals or like mentors, or you're speaking to people who have some advice for you, even if it's just your parents or whatever. Like I'm really seeing here that some sort of social setting is going to give you the answers that you need to complete a project or complete something that you've been working on for a while or something that you have been experiencing for a while. There is some good, positive news that's going to come through that is going to boost your energy. And as I said that, like my heart started beating. You know when you get like good news and it's like your heart kind of just skips a beat a little bit? I felt that. So this could give you some like adrenaline, like a boost of motivation. We do have the Seven of Cups though that came out with that. So maybe more options are opening for you here, Pisces. You could just get something that might kind of just throw some, maybe you didn't feel like you had options, or maybe you didn't feel like you had a lot of choices to deal with. Or maybe you had completely too many. Like whatever someone is saying here is going to spark something to life here, and it's going to really help you out. And I'm going to explain to you why. A challenge that you guys are facing now is some kind of ending. It could be to do with your relationship. Ooh. Because what's coming up in your challenge or blockage position is the Ten of Swords, which is an ending. This is complete defeat in a situation, an ending to a situation. Then came the Two of Cups. Okay, so it could be a friendship. It could be a connection between you and somebody. Two of Cups is usually somebody who you have a very deep connection with. So someone that you shared love with, mutual care for. There is a Seven of Swords though. All right, so just pay attention to this. This is something that maybe came out of nowhere, something that you did not see coming. Okay, Seven of Swords, Two of Cups, Ten of Swords could be cheating, it could be lying, it could be hiding something, it's sneaky behavior, or it could just be somebody who's kind of doing something out of their own gain in a situation. So it is betrayal of some sort, and it's not surprising that we have this sword in the back here. So Pisces, just pay attention to that. For a lot of you, it's a challenge that you're facing, so you may already be experiencing that, and it's just something that is still becoming a bit of a challenge for you to kind of move past and to heal from. I'm just going to give one more card to this situation. Why is this a blockage this week? The Four of Pentacles. And this King of Cups is still on the bottom of the deck. This could just be you though, or you could be dealing with another water sign. All right, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. The Four of Pentacles came through as this, so some of us might still be holding on to a specific hurt, pain. Maybe you guys are still holding back and being withdrawn and kind of untrusting of people, or just very skeptical about your resources because of this situation that happened in the past. Like there is still a challenge here coming through with this, whether it's just to kind of learn to release that, accept what has happened, and still be open to people, because people are amazing. People can be extremely lovely and helping, and sometimes a godsend. But of course there are the complete opposite people of that. So it feels like you've had a very bad experience with something, and it is kind of keeping you a little bit blocked. And this is something that is coming up in your reading to help you be a little bit more open, because as we said, your overall energy and current position is Seven of Pentacles and a Three of Pentacles, which is amazing, by the way. If you guys are working super hard in terms of your career, and the end goal here is that Ten of Pentacles, which represents that legacy, that home, those finances, that savings account, or just that family situation, whatever it is to you guys, just that end goal here, you're working super hard for it. The Seven of Pentacles really comes through when we're kind of a bit tired. This is very Capricorn energy, so it's something that kind of takes its toll. It's required a lot of hard work, required a lot of changes, a lot of lessons. It's been a learning curve for you. This could just represent your life. It could represent, again, a project or something that you've been focusing on quite a lot recently. Seven of Pentacles is kind of taking a step back and really looking at something and observing it and wondering what we can do about it moving forward. Sometimes it requires patience. Sometimes it requires some advice, and it feels like you're really looking at a situation and kind of not really sure what to do. But because it's paired with the Three of Pentacles, which is a really good card of building a plan, and also 3 and a 7 gets to that 10. So this feels like you're going to be getting some advice from other people around you. This Page of Wands is some good news, advice, an offer, an opportunity coming in that is really going to help you complete something that you might have been struggling with alone. So this is very good. As you can see, there are people in this card, so it's kind of networking, communicating with people could be very helpful for you. Maybe you'll be working with people to kind of build a plan with something, or this is usually a card for building a foundation. So maybe you guys are going back to the structure of something, going back to the beginning. Maybe you guys feel like you fell short in something, or something didn't give you the results, so now you're going back to the beginning so that it can launch you forward a bit more, or whatever it may be. This Page of Wands brings in some very good news, and with the Seven of Cups here, it kind of, usually I see this as a bit of a negative card. Not that there is ever, negative or positive. It really does depend on context, and in this case, the Seven of Cups kind of feels like options are kind of opening up for you, which before I feel like you felt a little bit stumped on your options and what you could do about something. So that's good. Opportunities are opening up for you. Something that may still be an influence in the past is you've been feeling a little bit jaded by life in the past, and few weeks or months maybe. Four of Cups is an energy of feeling very demotivated. It's very jaded by life, a little bit bored about your circumstances, but at the same time not really having the energy to do anything about it. The Four of Cups kind of has two very contradicting meanings. One is about feeling bored, feeling jaded, imagining things that you want to bring to life, but at the same time, Four of Cups is also about rejection. And I kind of like to combine them together as we want something, we desire something, we imagine. And by the way, Pisces, you guys are known as the dreamers, being lost in your escapism and liking to imagine things and feel like, to visualize, and that's amazing. But, nothing really changes unless we do something about it. But it just feels like in the past there's been a little bit of a lack of energy or lack of motivation to bring something to life or to accept the opportunities that come your way. But let's see. Let's clarify this Four of Cups here. The Seven of Wands, it kind of feels like you will be overcoming that energy, okay? I feel like you've only felt like that because you've had a lot on your plate. You've had to deal with a lot of things. So in one way, you may feel like you've been a bit lazy or that you haven't been very productive, but at the same time, I can see that you've been doing a lot. Even if it's dealing with your own thoughts, sometimes that's very tiring. So I do get it. Let's see the advice for this. The Two of Wands. So it is kind of still like, it's a good thing to visualize. It's a good thing to kind of look into what you want out of life. And with this Four of Cups, I like that. But the Two of Wands is about kind of thinking about the next step. So it's kind of bridging the gap between what it is that you're desiring and actually finally putting that energy towards thinking about how you're going to get there, which is good. So your advice is to look forward, all right? But Four of Cups was clarified by Seven of Wands. As you can see, this is someone who's really fighting against all the odds. Here, a lot of wands coming up, trying to kind of attack this person, trying to bring them down. You may have had a lot of situations that you've really fought very hard to not let them overwhelm you and to get in your way. So I think you've done very well given your circumstances. So don't be harsh on yourself. Sometimes we go through those situations where we feel like nothing's been done, but in reality, you're dealing with a lot. Two of Wands is being clarified by the Ace of Wands. So there is a passionate new beginning coming through for you guys. Some of you could be moving, relocating. There is some sort of travel coming through here. Maybe you guys are planning on going on a trip of some sort, or this could just be thinking about where you want to be moving forward into the future and kind of getting that like boost of motivation, like we spoke about in the beginning of your reading here, Pisces. So this is really good. This is saying that you're going to have some passion coming in regards to something moving forward. It could be your career, or it could just be a nice hobby that is coming in, something that's sparking your interest, something that requires you to learn a little bit more. So maybe some of you are needing some mental challenge, not in a bad way. I think you've been through some mental challenges with that Seven of Wands, but this is something that can create growth, not just strength, which I think the previous situations that you've been going through have definitely tested your strength, but this is more about someone who's really looking into something and wondering how they can double it, triple it. So it could be in terms of your finances. Maybe some of you are looking into investing, or whether it is just kind of growing your skill set and expanding your skill set, so that you can kind of create a little bit more of that legacy and to grow in terms of yourself, in terms of your future, in terms of maybe your career, because a lot of that is coming through. So this actually looks good. This is the Apprentice card of the deck, so it is somebody who's having to kind of learn and grow as they're doing something. So don't be afraid to go into the deep end. Even as, like, I think for the Pisces that I'm speaking to, you guys are a very quick learner, especially when it comes down to something that you're interested in. You guys like to really look at things, as this Page of Pentacles is doing, and focus on it and really sit and question it in the right way, because this Page of Pentacles is going to be planting this seed so that it can grow, and so that you can nurture it. So this seems like a bit of like a long journey, whatever it is that you're going to be doing, but it's something that's very rewarding. And again, that Ten of Pentacles is the goal. Being in that position of like looking around you and going like, I'm very proud that I put the effort in, put the energy in, and made those decisions. Instead of gone for, like short-term success, you're really opting in for long-term success. You're thinking about your future a lot, which is good, because it's going to pay off for you. Again, but the blockage here, let me just clarify, this Four of Pentacles is kind of holding yourself back, worried about making mistakes, worried about, things not going well, because of a bad experience, seems to be kind of like lingering around you, or lingering around your relationship or your love life maybe. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. So interesting. When we hold ourselves back and limit ourselves, we do actually stop ourselves from having this potential of doubling and expanding, which seems to be the goal for you guys this week, which I love. I love to see it. But as you can see, there's a difference. There is one person who's like, I must hold on to everything. Everything needs to be in my control. I need to be able to see everything, and I need to be able to control everything. And then there's somebody who's just kind of just doing something that they love to do, and their work seems to frame itself. So there's a kind of different approach we can do to it, of just being, just doing, without really holding on so much to the outcome and how it must look. Just be a bit flexible here, Pisces, is one thing I have to say. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, is one thing I want to say, because the Four of Pentacles is very limited, and if we're only looking at what we can control, there's not a lot that we can really do. Whereas the Eight of Pentacles is kind of a freeing energy, at least when it comes down to the comparison between that and the Four of Pentacles. So I kind of just want to say, like, do what you love, really focus on long-term gain rather than short-term. So let go is one thing that they're trying to say, because the results and the work that you're doing is going to show itself. But maybe you've been in experiences that maybe you didn't. I think that there's something to do with a very bad breakup, or difficult situation where someone may have taken from you. Like, there is an energy of like really holding on tightly because something really bad happened to you in the past, and it's like, I don't want to let go of this just in case it happens again. Because I do think that there was a bit of like injustice or things being unfair here, and you feeling betrayed, and this is stopping you from living the life that you want to live. So just pay attention to that, because it is coming up as your blockage. Be free. Be free, Pisces. Don't hold yourself back because of something that somebody did in the past. They do not dictate your life. Six of Pentacles coming through. So it's to do with what you put your energy into. Some of you guys could really be feeling more charitable at this time, giving your time and energy to more people, which again is good. This is you coming outside your comfort zone. One thing that I love to say when this card comes in is, the scales really kind of brings in balance into what you put your time and energy or your resources into, okay, your finances and whatever. So you guys could be changing what you're focusing on. So instead of focusing on this thing that happened in the past, or the possibility of things going wrong, instead you're looking at the possibility of things going right, and this is where it grows. Okay, so just pay attention to what you are paying attention to, because it really does matter. And I think this is what's changing and transforming for you, and this is what you're bringing a balance into your life. It's also a really good card of karma. Okay, with this balance here, you will get out what you put into the world. So if you're a giver, you need to be open to receive. This is not very open to receive, in order to receive. Sometimes we block our own blessings by, when you're a giver, maybe to those who I'm speaking to, but then when someone's like, oh, here, have this, Pisces, you're like, no, it's okay, you can have it. And it's like, well, you're not being very open to receiving now, are you? And you're wondering why the universe is not giving you anything more that you truly do deserve, and you know this, but it's because you're really translating that you're not open to it. Okay, so just pay attention to that. But is there anything else for Pisces this week that we need to speak about? The Empress, which is exactly that. This is the flow. Give with grace and accept with grace also. It is that flow of life. The Empress, it knows her worth. Okay, this is a very unconditionally loving energy. It's the yin energy. Okay, so being in your divine power with compassion, with love. Okay, with the Empress. I mean, this is a card of pregnancy. So for some of you, there could be a pregnancy coming up with you or with someone around you. But this is a very loving and very open card, a very understanding energy that you guys are going to be sitting in at this time. And when you're vibrating that high on this beautiful level of being open and being loving and understanding, this stuff comes back to you. And this is also about abundance. So again, by being on this energy, you are going to be attracting in the right kinds of people who are going to be here to help you. So don't be closed off. Don't hold yourself back. Don't stop yourself from shining because of what people might do to you because of it. Stand tall in your power. Know how to set the right boundaries, of course, with the Empress. It's very important. Know what to give your energy to. The Empress is not just going to come off the throne for anybody, or in fact for anyone at all. It's just like when she wants to come down, she'll come down. So make sure you have your boundaries, but this is a really good time for growth for you guys, okay? I'm going to pull you a card from this oracle deck here for you. Just to get a keyword, an affirmation for the week. Whoa, no thank you. We're not going to take cards like that. All right, one please for Pisces. Love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And that's what we said with that Six of Pentacles. You're now, instead of focusing on the past and what happened and, the disappointment that came with it and the hurt and the pain, I can't imagine that 10 of Swords and 7 of Swords, but you're now seeing things out of a place of love. And just as I stop shuffling, we have forgiveness there. So you're understanding that the past is the past. Not everything will turn out the way that things have turned out for you, especially when you kind of change your perspective and change the way that we handle things and what we settle for, For Pisces, please. I always just got the month in my head of December. Maybe something happened in December here. All right, we have, you need to defend yourself. So again, boundaries, very important. I think you've been needing to defend yourself for a while, but make sure that we have a shield. This doesn't always mean that we need to speak up, but sometimes defending ourselves and that shield is actually just having that barrier so that we're not taking things personally of people's projections and stuff like this. We do have the owl, good advice from a wise person. So again, there is something very significant coming through with that that's going to bring in some excitement and may cause you to step into a new experience. There is some significance around May, which is the month that we're in, so a very good month for you guys. And either you are the younger woman or you may be dealing with a woman younger than you, and that is going to be significant for you within this week. Alrighty, my angels, I'm so glad I actually got your reading done today. Because I was saying in the beginning that I did try already, and I tried to do all of the water signs because I was like, okay, maybe someone else needs to go first. Because it just wasn't going through, it wasn't happening. But when you change things up a little bit, then it works out in the end. So maybe that's some advice for you. But anyways, I love you guys. I wish you all the best. Make sure you like and subscribe if you would like to see more of these. And I hope to see you guys next time.